Hello there everybody and welcome back to Costume Quest Grubbins on Ice DLC. This should be our very last video. We're pretty much ready to wrap things up. We made it to the very top of the mountain here and we have trick-or-treated at every single house. We've completed all of the quests and our very last thing to do is to defeat Araxia and hopefully get Lucy back. Before I do that, though, I'm just going to talk to Shady for one last time because he has our final battle stamp that we're missing. So we have enough candy to buy the Headless Vampire Bat stamp, which provides a lot of HP recovery per turn. This only works for one character, though, so whichever character you equip the badge on is the only character it will work for. So if you don't want to use the unicorn costume, but you're worried about missing out on the unicorn's awesome healing abilities, then this is a really good secondary option for you to use. It won't bring you back to life, but it'll keep your health up. And I've already sort of picked my costumes. You can see here that I've gone with the pirate, the yeti, and the vampire. This boss fight is going to be a really great way for us to actually get a chance to show the Yeti off in full because we have not had a chance to do that yet. Going back and fighting the enemies that I missed, you can see that I've also completely leveled up. I've maxed out my level. And as for battle stamps, we have a lot of selection. We have a lot of choices, lots and lots of stuff that we could use. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the moldy pumpkin guts onto Reynolds to get that toxic damage that I enjoy so much. We've put the skeleton of the wolf onto Everett. And we have the multi-winged vampire bat stamp on Ren, which allows you to get the small HP recovery per turn for the entire party. It might seem like a little bit of overkill, seeing as how I've put that stamp onto her, and I also have her wearing the vampire outfit, which is the vampire special ability, of course. But I think as long as we can keep our party healed up, we should be able to do fairly well in this boss battle. And you also have a lot of options for different costumes that you want to use. I'm just going with the vampire to do something a little bit different. The unicorn is also a really good choice if you want another healing costume. At this point, the Statue of Liberty is quite weak, so I wouldn't recommend that. Definitely 100% recommend the Yeti, though. Like I said, this is going to be the Yeti's time to shine. And then for your third costume, really just pick whatever you want. It's completely up to you whether you want to play this defensively or whether you just want to go all out on the attack. I'm pretty happy with my choices. We'll see how I do. When you're ready, you just go ahead on through the gate. It's Big Bones! Araxia brought Big Bones back! Oh dear. Lucy! And Ren's like, oh good grief. Not this again. Everett, Ren, Reynolds, watch out! Here comes Araxia. Why does everyone think I'm the bad guy around here? You oppressed all of Repugia. You've imprisoned children from our world. And you kidnapped Lucy. Oh, yeah, well, there's that stuff. But my high candy taxes are being used for good things, like bringing back Big Bones. No, that's not good. We don't want that. Once fully revived, he will be able to crush the candy out of every world in the universe. But that's horrible. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that makes you the baddest of all bad guys that have ever existed. Jeez, I can't make anyone happy here. I should just give up. No, wait, that's not what I meant. Hey, Big Bones, what's the opposite of giving up? Taking down! Blam! Well, that settles that then. So here we are in our big fight with Araxia. We also got Big Bones there chilling in the background, eating all the candy as he does. So this fight might seem a little bit intimidating, seeing as how we have both Araxia and Big Bones at 4,000 health each, but we're only going to be focusing mostly on Araxia. We don't have the option to actually attack Big Bones anyways, so you're not really left with much choice. So we're basically just gonna beat the heck out of this guy and try to stay alive. So it's important to have a good mix of offensive and defensive characters, because you are going to want to defend yourself and keep yourself as healthy as possible. But you are also going to want to be able to deal enough damage that you can get this fight over and done with sooner rather than later. Because we do have to get his health down to about half, and once we've done that, you'll see that he will take flight and start flying. He just got a natural 20 in the face and didn't take any damage. Yeah, but he moved back a little. Keep attacking. So if you couldn't figure it out, your party will kind of do the work for you. Now, this is perfect timing. You can see in the background that Big Bones has stood up, and he's kind of glowing. And when that happens, you're gonna want to put up a shield immediately if you have the option to do so. So I'm gonna save Reynolds' attack for now and just do a basic attack on Araxia. I won't do any damage, but I will push him back towards Big Bones. With Everett, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the Abominable Armor. So we didn't get a chance to have a look at this because we were killing the enemies too fast earlier on. But this is simply awesome. It provides all three of your party members with a shield. And that's really, I think, the key to winning this fight, is if you can just keep yourself healthy. So once you've hit Araxia enough, when he's in the air, he'll fly back and actually fall right onto Big Bones. And then we just kind of repeat this process. Now, unfortunately, because Araxia fell onto Big Bones, it actually canceled his big coup de grace sort of attack. So I have to be really careful here, because if you don't protect against that attack, it's brutal. And that's the whole point of having the Yeti. And of course we wasted it. We have to wait 2 more turns to be able to get that shield up again. But because we are at full health, and we will be able to take advantage of not only the stamp, but also the vampire's attack, or healing ability rather, next turn, we should be okay. The only problem now is I don't have a costume that allows me to bring my party members back to life, so if you're worried about that, you can see that it could have very well happened that Reynolds died. If you are worried about that, you'll either want to put on a stamp that will bring your character back to life after a certain amount of turns, or you're going to want to have the unicorn in your party to be able to revive your party. When I practiced this fight, I had the unicorn in my party, and I came absolutely nowhere close to dying, so I figured this time I would be okay. But maybe the unicorn would have been a better choice. I think if I just hit Araxia, it'll cancel out that attack again. I can hope. That seems to work. I seem to actually have a good rhythm here, where even if the shield isn't available, Araxia falling onto Big Bone seems to do the trick. You can see that he's actually fallen back down, and he's not sitting up. So I'm gonna save the Yeti's armor for the next time he stands up if we need that. And obviously this is just a rinse and repeat cycle. We just have to keep doing this until we've done it, I think, 3 times in total. And you can see that Araxia healed, so he does have a healing ability. But honestly, I don't think that this battle is really all that tough. Araxia doesn't do that much damage on his own. It's really Big Bones that is just devastating and has that really, really powerful attack. So because Araxia is not going to fall onto Big Bones this time, we are definitely going to want to get that shield up, and that should help us. And he is just drawing this out by healing himself. I've never seen him heal this much. And you can see there with the shield that it blocks that attack and really makes it a bit of a joke. Because if you have the badge that heals your party every turn, it pretty much negates all of that damage. I'm a little annoyed that Araxia keeps healing though, because if he would stop healing, it would make this fight go by a lot faster. Especially because Big Bones seems to be getting up every single turn, and I cannot keep up with that. So I'm gonna do my best here. We might end up with one character dead at the end, but as soon as he hits Big Bones a final time, we should be able to finish this fight. I'm gonna heal with the vampire just to be on the safe side, since the vampire heals as well as attacks. And there we go. If this is how you treat your teammates, you should switch sides. And he actually takes care of Araxia for us, so thanks, bud. And then for some reason, he also just dies. I'm not quite sure why that is. I guess because if Araxia is not around, Big Bones isn't around. Lucy! Hey, we're so glad you're safe. Aww. Everett, you dismissed all senses of self-preservation to rescue me? No scientific advances have ever been made without a few risks, right? That was so brave. Aww. That is cute. Oh, and look! Real scientific samples, proof of Big Bones' existence. Hey, so can we celebrate on the other side of the portal now? Good idea. The portal itself is a highly unstable rift in space-time that will soon collapse. Lovely. Turning all molecules that pass through it into highly corrosive globules of toxic radiation, which... Ren's like, I ain't waiting, see ya. We should probably do that too. I just wish I could take everything back with me. Could you guys give me a minute to collect more samples? Sorry in advance, Lucy, but this is for everyone's well-being. Through the portal we go, leaving Repugia behind. But it kind of backfires on us. Look at all these portals. What do we do now? Dun dun dun. Alright, well that's it. So that was the Grubbins on Ice DLC. So fairly short. But I kind of like it. It's pretty simple. You kind of go through each of the monster territories. You start at the bottom with the Grubbins, and then you graduate up to the Trollbogs, and then eventually the Crest Whalers. They've thrown in some new enemies. A new boss mixed in with an old boss. I like the costumes. Unfortunately, something like the eyeball is rather useless, but the pirate is probably one of my favorite outfits, and I wish it had been in the main game because I probably would have replaced it. I would have replaced the robot with it, just because it's so powerful and it's just so cool looking. The Yeti is also really, really useful, and I think we would have had a lot of good uses for that in the main game as well. But hey, it's kind of just a fun little addition to an already very fun game. Not a very long DLC, so it's nice just to add a little bit of content. And the ending of that sort of also segues into Costume Quest 2. So it's not necessary to play the first Costume Quest, and it's not really necessary to play the DLC to understand the second one, but it is sort of nice to get the complete package. So we've already watched these credits once. I'm just going to go ahead and skip them and go back to the main level. So that's this game pretty much 100% completed, the main game as well as the DLC. So I hope you enjoyed my full coverage of this game. Let me know what you think, and hopefully I'll be able to bring Costume Quest 2 to you guys sometime in the future. And keep the spirit of Halloween alive, even though I'm posting this way after Halloween. Thank you to everybody for watching, and I hope that I will see you in my next project.